Senators, let's go ahead and call this County Affairs Committee meeting to order. We have 5 items to take up. The first one is Senate Bill 2023 County Law Library. This is a bill that we actually passed successfully out of the Senate last year, and it died in the House. Senator DeBar, you are recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for allowing me to serve on your committee. This is the first time I've ever been on county affairs, and this is fantastic. Thank you.
Glad you're here, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Explain the bill. As the chairman said, it's a bill we passed out last year in the Senate. It allows any funds not used, collected by the supervisors, not used for law library purposes, to be used for electronic upgrades, such as improving audio systems, video systems, digital communications, recording of court proceedings, evidence displays, assisted listening and technical infrastructure, to name a few. That is an explanation, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield for any questions.
Thank you, Senator DeBar. Any questions, Senators? The motion is Titus Fish do pass. All those in favor, signify by saying
Aye.
any opposed. All right, that bill will be reported. The next bill, we have Senate Bill 2118. This is a bill brought to us by Senator Turner Ford. Senator, is a really good bill. By background, we are already doing this in our Mississippi rules of criminal procedure with our district attorneys and our senior circuit court judges. And what this bill will do, it will certainly allow that same information to be shared with our boards of supervisors and our share. So Senator Turner Ford, you are recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I think you've explained it thoroughly. It's just to allow the boards of supervisors to have another set of eyes on the jail docket.
Any questions, Senators? The motion is Titus Fish do pass. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill will be reported. Our next bill is Senate Bill 2256. Senator, there's another bill that we successfully passed last year. This bill basically deals with our public cemeteries in our municipalities. And what this bill will do is in our respective counties, if our cemeteries have fallen into a state of disrepair, our counties could basically clean those cemeteries up, and then they can just basically bill the municipalities for the costs associated with actually cleaning up those cemeteries. That's basically all the bill does. I'll yield. Well, are there any questions regarding the bill? Senator, yes.
In billing the municipalities, I assume that this would be agreed upon before the work starts. The supervisors wouldn't just go in there and do it, then send the bill.
That's a good question. We'll ask that question when we actually talk to Senator Norwood. I just know the Lieutenant Governor, he had some experience with this when he was at the Secretary of State office, and he likes the bill. So if
I'm fine with it. I just don't want my city to get a bill that they're, didn't want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Senator Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would there be any notifications sent out to the owners of the cemetery prior to this work being done? Like in municipalities, if there's properties that has to be cleaned up, then there's 3 attempts to reach the property owner. And if those are unsuccessful, then the city can go out, clean those properties up, and then levy that on the taxes that be paid. That be included on the taxes. So my question is, would there be any attempt to notify landowners or whoever, cemetery owners, prior to even the supervisors going out to do this work? And will the supervisors, I don't know, I guess would they be, I guess my question goes back to what
this is basically just, we're trying to establish a process in which they could do that. We'll certainly, Senator Barnett, look and see what we're doing in other parts of the law. We don't want to actually offend what we are already doing regarding notice requirements or anything like that. But we successfully passed this last year. We're just trying to get something on the books that would allow those cemeteries in the city, in those respective counties, not to actually look like blighted property or anything. So, it's good policy, but if it's some details that we need to work out, we'll do that.
I understand. Yeah, I like the bill, but my question is, I don't want to let the person or whoever managed the cemetery to just walk away and not be penalized at some point. I think that they need to bear some of some of the costs of this as well, and not just to be able to just walk away from it. So that's why I want to know, will there be any attempts made to those people?
I'm sure it will.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Motion, yes. That's the motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill will be reported. The next bill, Senate Bill 2256. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Senate Bill 2661. And this bill basically will allow, this is supported by the Mississippi Association of Supervisors. And Derek, if you want to actually address the group and tell them why you all support it and how important this bill is for you. And as I understand, there's language on the House side is actually going through the process on the House side as well. And so what I like to do is just put a reverse repealer in it to keep it moving. I think it's a great idea. Do we have any questions from the senators? Senator Seymour.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one, would this allow in this new process, the reverse auction format? Thank you.
Any other questions, senators? The motion is tight sufficient to pass. All those. I'm sorry. Let's add the reverse repealer first. That'll be Senator England's motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. That's added. Now the motion is title sufficient. Do pass committee sub. That's the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill will be reported. And the last one is Senate Bill 2432. Senator Barrett. We need to adopt the committee sub first, and then well, explain it first, and then we'll adopt the committee sub. Senator Barrett, you recognize.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I could, Mr. Chairman, if I could just give a brief description, and then if I could ask that Sheriff Steve Rushin be recognized. But what this bill would do, Mr. Chairman, is as counties currently operate and how they have operated for many, many years, where counties and municipalities negotiated the cost of housing inmates. Traditionally, counties have the jail, and municipal inmates are housed in the county jail. they typically, or they had been, negotiating those rates at a fair rate. And, about May of 2025, I believe the Attorney General's office opined that, municipalities could house their inmates in the county jail at a greatly reduced rate, which has ultimately caused our counties and our sheriff's departments to be housing inmates at a loss. I don't think that was the intent of the AG opinion, but what we certainly don't want to do is have local sheriffs essentially tell municipalities that, hey, we can't afford to house your inmates at this rate, and you need to build a municipal jail, because then we're going to have 82 counties telling municipalities, we can't afford to house your inmates, you need to build a separate city jail. Subsection 3 is the amendment to the current law, and what this says is, in order to effectuate the purpose, the Board of Supervisors is authorized to contract with any political subdivision at an agreed-upon rate which shall not be less than the payments by the Mississippi Department of Corrections to the county. That was what was being done prior to this AG's opinion. And Mr. Chairman, if I can yield the microphone to Sheriff Steve Rushing. He has operated a jail for probably 30 years now, and he can certainly get into the details of it.
And while the sheriff is coming, come forward, senators. So at lines 57 through 61, that should be underlined. So, okay. Yep. Go ahead, Sheriff, you recognize.
Appreciate you allowing me to hear this morning. We're simply just asking to amend the current statute to where it would not be less than the state rate. We always have negotiated our rate with our cities. Like Senator Barrett said, up until here recently, it was changed out, and we're operating at the state rate, which is greatly less than what it costs. Most of us cost anywhere from $40 to $50 per day to house an inmate. We're trying to avoid having to get to the point where cities are going to build their own jail.
Well, Sheriff, we really appreciate what you all do, and certainly for the service that you all provide in housing our municipal inmates. And certainly this is supported, as I understand it, by our sheriffs and also by our supervisors. So thank you. Do y'all any questions for the sheriff, or any questions, Senator, for Senator Barrett? The motion is tight, sufficient, do pass committee sub. Well, let's first adopt the committee sub. That'll be the motion to adopt the committee sub. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That is adopted. Now the motion is tight or sufficient. Senator Barr, motion is tight or sufficient, do pass committee sub. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That bill will be reported. Do I have a motion to rise and report? Thank you, senators.